A lark and her monster are coming your way. Gonna tell it how it is, so won't you join us today? And we're live, and I'm exhausted.
We're live, and we're celebrating Pride.
Yes, well, by the time you listen to this, Pride will be technically over, but it's never over.
It's never over.
Because it's giving Pride forever.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And in celebration of Pride, I found a bottle of bubbly. It's a rosé bubbly that is Faubourg 21. And since we're originally from New Orleans, and Faubourg is a French name.
Is it Faubourg or is it Faubourg?
Well, we said the Faubourg Marigny.
Wow.
So,
well, y'all are different.
well, that's what you say
That's
in New Orleans.
No, that's not quite French.
Well, you say it then.
I don't know how to pronounce. I don't know if that's a Faubourg or Faubourg.
Do it on your phone.
Okay,
See.
I guess I could look it up.
Anyway, it's
It's a very pretty bottle.
Faubourg 21.
Faubourg pronunciation.
And while you're looking it up, I will just tell you that it is a French sparkling wine, rosé. It's dry, and it has a beautiful,
oh, wait, we're
brilliant
both pronouncing it wrong. Hold on.
robe.
Faubourg.
Well,
Faubourg.
it sounds like
Faubourg.
Faubourg. So in French, it's Faubourg. Okay.
Faubourg.
And now, if you're white, it's
Faubourg.
yes, Faubourg.
So Faubourg.
Faubourg is much nicer than Faubourg.
Well, we always said the Faubourg Marigny.
Okay, so you're wrong.
Said it, no,
It's
right in the
Faubourg.
English version.
Yeah, the very English version. I like the way that she's so blunt. Faubourg.
It
like,
is.
God, okay, Siri, you are, Google, whichever one you
No,
are.
Faubourg.
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 Yeah, I just
21.
want to say, I have gotten a great score on my Duolingo French.
Oh, go ahead, rub it in.
I will.
Anyway, can I finish talking about the wine?
Oh, yeah, I forgot we were talking about the wine in
I was in the middle
general.
of talking about the wine. I'll start all over.
Knock, knock,
It
who's
is-
there? Interrupting cow, moo! Okay, I'm done. If looks could kill.
The wine, again, is a beautiful, brilliant robe of average,
What's a robe?
I have no idea,
Okay.
intensity with orangey reflections. The intense mouth candied fruits with light, final spicy one,
You're-
which makes it even more delicious. Now, it's missing an A.
I don't
A,
like the way, I don't,
So I think AI wrote this.
I was gonna say, I don't like the way it's written. Also, mouth candy just sounds creepy.
Well, let me tell you if it's mouth
Not
candy.
not as creepy as my interview I had today, but I won't talk
That was
about
very
that
weird.
today. That was
I heard they like a comfy sofa.
they like they're a very comfy, cozy person.
Okay, that's good. But let me try and see if it's mouth candy. Let's see.
Can we stop saying mouth candy? I don't want to say it anymore. Is it?
Well, it's kind of mouth can delicious.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Alright.
not bad.
Moving on.
Yeah, it's not bad. So yeah, moving on. Today we're going to talk about.
How I wish I was gay.
No, that's
For
not
Brit.
what we're talking about.
I'm gonna send Britt this exact
That's not what we're
episode.
talking about. We're talking about the fact that had you been gay,
You would have been totally cool with it.
Uh,
There was even a time in my life where most girls have posters of boy bands or cute guys they like or rock stars or whatever.
and you had Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, I did.
You had a total girl crush on
Oh.
Angelina Jolie. I think you
Always
still
will.
do.
I do, although it has changed. Now I have a girl crush on this actress named Journey Smollett. She's beautiful, but she's kind of like a I don't know. She's
Kind of like a badass.
she's beautiful. I don't even know how to describe her. I'll have to show you a picture. She's stunning.
Oh, okay, cool. I like
She's
the name Journey.
Yeah,
It's very cool.
Yeah, I'll show you.
So we just want to make sure that we are acknowledging all the moms who are out there and, who go to all the links. Oh, yeah, she looks like your sister.
That's weird.
Uh-huh.
But she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And she does play really great characters. She's very, very... We're talking about Journey Smollett. She's very...
Who looks just like your sister.
But apparently I have a girl crush on her. That's creepy. No, she does not look just like my sister. Although I'm going to tell my sister that and she might find that. Well, in the role that she's playing on the show called Smoke, I like her.
Okay.
Okay.
So going back to perhaps not being interrupted again, while
try.
I talk about
I'll attempt
moms who love and support
Yes.
their children,
Yes.
daughters or sons,
Yes.
who are born daughters but biologically sons, and become daughters.
Or those who just choose to love whoever they love.
Right.
Binge poke.
Binge book. So I don't drink Coke, but you can give me some Faber.
Mountain Dew? Oh.
Faber. 21.
Fabulous, yes.
Anyway. So I just really think it's so important for parents to honor their kids for who they are. And to recognize, why are you laughing at me?
But what you said that was just so Moira Rose for who they are. I don't know, you're just very, very Moira Rose said that. But it's true.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
It is.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, jeez. I'm going to take the bottle and go upstairs. Anyway,
Okay.
keep
Trying
going.
not to laugh out loud.
Oh, Adam's trying not to laugh out loud. We just got that on the recording. That's great.
Because he's listening.
I just had to talk to my mom because I was like, you're not allowed to go upstairs.
I can go upstairs.
No.
Well, I can take the bottle
No.
by myself and go upstairs.
No, not anymore. You can't. Look at that. I've
She has
moved
stolen my bottle.
the bottle. No,
And
please.
it's really a cool bottle because
Okay.
it's silver and it's sparkly and where it's cold, it's like
Moira. I
yes,
like what you
Alexis.
said. Thank you. I love Alexis.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit tipsy even when I'm not. No, that's not how the song goes. Anyway, back to Pride.
Yes.
I'm a
So
little
I
bit
really
Alexis.
do recognize all the moms who go out of their way to love their kids for who they are.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you have no control of what your DNA.
No. Or who you love or who you choose not to love. I mean,
Well,
it's
that's all
LGBTQ.
part of your DNA,
you know?
right?
So it's like,
You have no control over
No.
what your DNA says about who you are and who you love. That it's not like we wake up in the morning and go, "Oh, I think I'm just going to be gay."
right.
It doesn't work that way.
Or straight or asexual or whatever. You
Correct.
know?
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's important during Pride Month to acknowledge those moms who go out of their way to support their
Yeah,
kids.
absolutely.
And there are a couple of organizations and resources because it's not easy. There are some moms who struggle because we have our kids, and I think a lot of times in our minds, our kids are going to be who we think they are going to be. Well, I don't know if it's so much that it's who we want them to be. It's who we think that biologically they will be because they're born biologically one way or the other. And then when things shift, it takes a little while for us to integrate that shift.
Yes.
If we're open to it, which
Yeah. You did not
hopefully
know
you
you
are.
were going to get me crazy.
We won't go there.
Okay.
And
That's a whole different episode of
we've
mental
talked about
health.
that before.
Yes, that is true.
We've been through that episode. So there are organizations, Mama Dragons, which is a nonprofit agency that creates LGBTQ plus affirming homes through parent education. And you know I love me
I
some
know
parent
you love
education.
parent education. Yes, you do.
And they offer programs that address mental health, religion, and cultural differences. And it's all so important because all of those pieces can impact how parents engage with their children when their children come out.
Yeah.
And truthfully, those parents have known. You know
How do
what
you
your child,
not
you
know? Like, I feel like you'd have to
you,
know.
You might live
in a state of delusion.
Right, exactly.
Right, but yeah, you know.
And then there's also free mom hugs. And I love this group because anytime you had friends who were gay.
Oh, yeah, you totally took them in. You were like their mom.
Yeah. I would just feel like everybody deserves to have somebody who loves them.
Yeah.
And free mom hugs provides a way for people to show support, and there are local chapters, and anyone can connect to be that resource and to give those warm mom hugs to people who maybe don't have moms who are willing to give it to them.
That's
so
really
they
cool.
kind of step into that role.
Yeah.
And I love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it's sad because there are often kids, and you have friends whose parents have not accepted them.
Yeah, I know.
And
which is wild because these friends that I have are absolutely wonderful, just incredible human beings that, I mean, we all know one in particular that there are days where I'm like, Creator, Spirit, why make me straight when my perfect half is gay?
because then she couldn't be your sister.
I know. Not my real sister, just like my soul sister.
Your soul sister.
My soul sister.
Right.
Yeah. Because I've already made a weird comment about having a crush on the girl that looks like my actual biological sister, so let's...
No, you didn't make a comment about loving the girl who looks... You made the comment about loving the girl. I made the comment about she looks like your sister.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Right, because I did not see that.
Yes, but she
Thank
does.
you. Okay, well... That's a different therapy session.
Yeah, that is definitely, that does require some therapy. And yeah, so I just want to shout out to all the moms who are out there doing the best they can, but a big shout out during Pride Month to those moms who step in and step up for their kids.
And you have friends who are those moms.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I have a number of friends whose kids are gay or trans, and I just love when parents just accept their kids for who they are.
They really do.
At the end of the day, every child comes out of the womb different.
Yeah.
Every child has different DNA.
Yeah.
And we have to limit our unrealistic expectations of those children.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Well,
can I have my bottle back
No,
yet?
you can't have your bottle back yet. You have more to drink. Anyway, I feel like Pride's so cool because I feel like there is this camaraderie and this, like, yes, we celebrate it all the time and we still have more work to do.
Oh, we have so much more work to do, especially right now.
Yeah, oh God, especially right now.
Right. And it's really hard. I think it's really hard on moms right now who have kids who are not adults yet, not full-fledged adults because of everything that's going on in the country and all the limitations and all the labeling and all the judging, and just it's so depressing and anxiety provoking and disappointing.
Yeah. But at the same time, I do think that we are kind of in a place where there is finding community, and there are places that are more accepting than there were
definitely.
even 10 years ago.
Oh, well, that is one of the things I miss about LA.
Yeah.
Is the level of acceptance.
Well, we're
Even
in
New Orleans is
I was
more
gonna
accepting.
Say,
And here
definitely.
has accepting communities.
Yeah.
It's just we are in the middle of a state. At least California was accepting statewide. And there were pockets of communities that were not.
I was going to say, I've learned that Monterey, even though we love Monterey, has some very not accepting people.
Well, that's true. And a lot of communities has non-accepting people.
Yeah.
It's more about those communities.
Right.
Are the communities strong enough?
Right.
And I think there's a strong community here. Definitely strong communities in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
Which is also
New
in
York
the middle
City,
of
of course.
Well, but New York
because
State
Broadway.
is accepting.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And, Louisiana, Tennessee, not accepting.
No, right.
Although,
Very red states.
Yeah, very red. And I do miss that about California, where we knew that the state was going to support people.
Yeah.
And there was going to be legislative efforts to kind of ensure that people were safe.
Yeah.
and could love
That's
and be loved for who they are.
crazy thing is that like people aren't safe because of who they love, and I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
Or who
Like,
they are. They're not safe
Right.
to be who they are.
Right.
They're expected to be someone based on somebody else's unrealistic, unscientific,
Right.
un
Some people just don't believe in
caring.
magic, I feel like, and those people who don't believe in magic have really sad lives because,
But they do believe in magic if they think that religion exists.
well, I mean, they don't believe in like the fairy fun magic, like the magic that makes people incredible and wonderful. They believe in, I mean, God, if you tell someone we're getting off the pride train and going into religion, but if you tell someone that they believe in magic and they're Catholic, they'll be like, no, I don't. So, not all of them, but
they
some
do.
extremists, right? Well, no, technically,
Yeah.
right, technically they do because they believe in things like possession,
Exactly.
right? But
Or they believe in things they can't see or prove.
right, but if you say it's magic, they're like, oh no, magic doesn't exist, and it's like, but no, but that. But that's what that is. It's not just abracadabra.
Exactly.
It's like,
You just made my point.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
just not knowing what you. Yeah.
I know. It's anyway. So we aren't going to have a super long episode today.
No, because we're tired.
And we've been a little inconsistent because
Yes.
life has been lifing.
Yeah.
And your work schedule is off the charts wackadoodle.
It sure is.
I have not had a full day off
No.
since mid-April.
What are days off even? I think I remember I went to sit by the pool the other day, and I went and sat alone, and I sat there, and I made new friends, phenomenal new friends. And that was fun, but I remember thinking, like, I don't think I have felt this, like, oh, I can breathe in a really long time. Mm-hmm. And even now, I'm still kind of like, now I don't again, but...
Well, I think it's hard doing what you're doing with the expectations that you have with your personality, who is your personality drives you to excel, in part because you don't like disappointing people, and that is something that comes out of your
my childhood?
I'm sorry. Anyway,
Uh-huh.
I didn't know. That's what they said back then.
Yeah,
Don't
you created
tell
a
them.
monster overachiever.
Yeah, I did.
/ people pleaser. I'm less people pleasy now, though.
You
I feel
are.
like I am. I've gotten better.
You
at that.
definitely don't go out of your way to please me.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry. I spent 34 years doing that. Well, 33. 34. You're 34. Now I hope you just
I'm
love
sorry.
me for who I am.
Well, I do, but I've always loved you for who you are. But you didn't go out of your way
No,
after about age
No.
25. You sometimes would go out of your way, but not always. It wasn't consistent.
I broke up with someone for you once.
That was because you were a wackadoodle off your head.
That's true. And so was I.
Absolutely. Well, yes, but also it was if you wanted to live with me.
No. I wasn't living with you at the time. I was not. I remember exactly where I was living and exactly when we stopped talking and when we started talking again.
Oh, well, it was still because you were.
Yeah, well, that person made me a little wackadoodle too. So.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, it wasn't a bad thing, but I'm just saying that it did take me having to be like, no, I need my mom to love me in order to...
It's not that I didn't love you.
No, I know.
just had to set my boundaries.
Also, this sounds like it's a really unhealthy thing that happened, but it's not. It actually worked out really well.
I just had to have some boundaries because of certain
And I didn't know
behaviors.
what boundaries were or are. I didn't really know up until this year, and I had a really great therapist. How to set boundaries or how to communicate clear boundaries, because I was so worried about how other people felt that I would literally throw my own feelings out with the baby with the bathwater, whatever that term is.
Throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah, I would do that with my feelings.
Yeah.
And emotions.
And I think we all still have to acknowledge that other people do have feelings, and our job is not to wreck their feelings.
No, but our job is also not to baby their feelings.
Yeah.
You know, you don't baby mine.
I try to be kind.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah. So, What were we talking about? See?
We're supposed to be Pride, but this is what we do. We talk, and then it just goes off the rails. Do you know what we should never do?
I know. We were talking about life be lifing in your work and all of that.
Also, we
and
should
my
never
work.
drive a train because it will always go off the rails. We should never be a... What are those train drivers
Conductor.
called? I was going to say commuter, but you're right. It is a conductor.
A commuter
I don't want to be
rides
a
on the
commuter
train.
either. I don't want to be
Why?
either.
How are you going to get around in England?
Oh, in Scotland?
Or
Well, no,
England?
that's different. I'll commute to England. Yeah, absolutely.
Then you'll be a commuter.
Well, I'll be fine. I'll be a commuter in England, but not in America. Psh, America. Psh.
Yeah, right
Same
now,
beneath
America.
me. It's so beneath.
American.
Blech.
Anyway, America. Well, it's not even so much America. It's just
We live in the
part of America.
We live in the discombobulated states of America.
We live in the totally fucked
We
up
ain't
states.
united anymore.
No, definitely not
No.
united. I think we should each decide where we're going to live.
We gotta get out of Tennessee.
Get out
then.
with, yeah, exactly. I'm not sure what we're going to do, but oh my God, this is just not working.
Yeah.
Although the stock market's apparently doing great.
Great,
because,
that's cool.
Yeah,
I don't know anything
that's
about
what's
that,
most important.
so.
Children will not have access to health care or food.
No, or
But-
free lunches. No.
Yeah,
Right,
none of that
no.
stuff. And anyway, I can go down that rabbit hole.
No, we
which-
both can, and this would be a very long episode.
Right,
if
but we
so.
won't.
No.
But that's why we haven't been consistent, because life's been lifing,
It's
work
hard.
has been crazy.
It's hard to kind of think of topics, write something down. I mean, and it's hard to honestly be really fun right now.
Well, for you.
Although,
I'm always fun.
so you think?
I'm fine. Just give me the bottle.
That's true. She said, "I'm shockingly fun."
Here.
I'm always fun. No, you still have drink, lady.
Oh, you're so not fun.
I'm not for you, but to others I am a hoot. I think we could do an episode of. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. Stop it. I don't like that sound.
It's
I
an
don't
owl.
like that sound. I have
I
sensory
thought you
issues.
liked owls.
Yeah, that's not an owl.
That was an owl.
That's a possessed owl.
Well,
and we
no,
already
it's not.
Yes it is.
Mm-mm.
Yes it is. Welcome to the episode of This Is How We Argue.
This is not arguing. It's
Actually,
banter.
that-
Banter.
Sure. That could be an episode. That could be the type of episode we do is how to
Have effective bantering.
I was gonna say that, or how to healthily argue. I don't know if that's a thing.
No.
No,
Well,
I don't think you can.
you
can argue in a healthy discussion.
Yeah. No, yes, healthy arguing or healthy discussion or
just-
debate.
Or how to communicate effectively, like don't be passive aggressive, which I think a lot of people are unintentionally. I learned that today, actually.
I don't think
At
they
work,
realize that they are being that way.
Right, but I think that we hold we're again rabbit hole. I think we hold so much in that we don't talk about sometimes, though, that like after a while it just comes out because we can't punch holes in walls. That's frowned upon.
I can't punch holes in walls, but I can play with my little china.
Yeah, you have a weird china set that you've had since you were a kid. You
Oh
talked about
no,
in
it
one of
was around before I was a child. It's way old.
but it's not worth anything.
I don't think so, but it's so cute. Isn't
I
it
told
cute?
you we could go put it with the fairies.
I'm gonna wait till I know where I'm gonna live forever and
Okay.
create a fairy garden.
Well, if I move to Scotland, there's tons of places to create fairy gardens there.
We will create it because it has a little fairy piano for your
Who do
gami.
I know in Ireland, and I know somebody in Ireland that has like a 12 by 12. Literally, it's like a 12 by 12 piece of land. It's like a square piece. Like they have like a square, 12 inches by 12 inches of land.
Oh, because
Ireland.
back in the day you could buy those 12 by 12 inches.
It's
of,
why I'm like,
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I have a piece of land in Ireland. I was like, really? He's like, yeah.
It's 12 inches by 12
It's so-
inches. It is
it's
a square foot. It is literally a square foot.
I was like, oh, yeah, you could.
So
the beanstalk.
we can have a fairy. There's the fairy china piano.
Yes, and I'm
And
sure
the
people have stopped
fairy
listening at this point
China
because
piano bench.
if I was anybody listening to this, I would check out. So we're going to hang up. No, we're not. We're going to end the episode. This is not a phone call, so we're not hanging up.
But wait, I want to finish telling them about...
No, they're done. They've checked out.
It's got a little cute little
Thank
sofa.
you so much for listening. Please feel free to send any ideas of episodes that you want to hear, any topics.
I also
you
need
can text us or you can send us an email. I'm not going to say the email because it's literally in. Don't do it because it's literally
LARKAND.
Yes.
MOMSTER@gmail.com.
I forgot our own email address. I was like, that's wrong.
Why don't you argue with me about that?
Because I don't have anyone to argue with. Everyone tries to argue with me, and I can't yell at anybody. I just want to yell at somebody really loud one day. Anyway, I'll be fine.
There's a pillow upstairs.
No, y'all can hear me, apparently.
Yeah, if it would make you feel better, go do it in the pillow.
I might have to. Anyway, thanks so much for listening. I'm going to go pet my dog. Mom's going to go drink wine and pretend that everything's fine, even though it's not and everything's burning around us. But we're fine.
Okay.
And we're going to eat food, and we hope you have a great fucking week. Happy Pride. We love the gays, the lesbians, the everybody.
The trans.
Yes, we love
the
all
queens, all the LGBTQ.
The asexuals. Holla at your girl. We love you.
Love y'all all.
Yeah, and we hope that you have a great weekend, and we are over and out.
Bye.
So out.